The first time I prayed for someone of another generation happened when I was a teenager. I was attending my annual summer camp, tucked away in the trees of a cool Tennessee forest, listening to one of our counselors give an evening devotional with crickets echoing around us. Most nights, I found myself distracted at these gatherings. I spent more time thinking about pranks I would play on fellow cabin mates than whatever was being shared. However, this evening was different because we were invited into something I had never experienced. Our counselor asked each of us to imagine our future lives. He spoke of colleges, jobs, spouses, and even children. He wanted us to pray for all of them during our week away at camp. I pondered each, but the last one struck me. My children? I should pray for my children now? The thought had never occurred to me. Start praying now for those possible people in your future. I remember winding my way back along the gravel path that headed to our cabin, surrounded by the soft glow of flickering fireflies. I stopped and looked around at other campers trickling back to cabins. Then I took a deep breath, looked up at the starry sky, and said a prayer. I prayed for my future direction, wisdom, possible jobs, spouse, and then my children. I stopped under the moonlit path. I kept praying. I prayed for the friends of my kids, jobs, spouses, and their children. Before I knew it, I was praying for entire generations of people. God, please bless their generation. I tried to imagine all of them in my easily distracted teenage mind. I tried to imagine who I might become and who they might be. As is often the case for my prayer life, that focus lasted only a short season. I spent a few weeks, once returning from camp, taking time each night to utter these future-oriented prayers. I tried to remember the words of that counselor, imagining who might be a part of my future, asking God to protect and provide for them. My mind stretched with possibilities for that brief season. Then the prayers stopped. I got back to the life of a teenager, and those prayers faded into another summer camp memory left behind on a gravel road in the past. However, a few years ago, memories of those prayers returned when I visited that summer camp. The sounds of crunching gravel under my feet and crickets chirping in the distance brought me back to that evening devotional. Instead of being a teenager, though, I found myself there with my wife and my first child. It felt surreal to walk along that same gravel path holding the one for whom I had prayed so long ago. The one I had once imagined was now here. Past prayers for a future generation were now in my arms. Later that night, once back home, I unexpectedly returned to those teenage prayers. Yet, in addition to praying for my child, I prayed for her future, for her faith, direction, wisdom, vocation, spouse, and then her children. I once again found myself praying for and imagining future generations of faith. Prayer became an avenue for expanding my imagination.